Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I am bringing you another one of my swaps recreated. This time it's this beautiful, well I've called it a Tealight handbag. This is my version of it. Cute little handbag done with the Petal Promenade DSP, beautiful DSP that I will actually be sad to see go. The original here was made by our fabulous Kaz Shears of Storm Stamping. Kaz made this as a beautiful swap with a keyring inside. I think that's a beautiful gift. And as you can see, it's just simply DSP that's just folded in the best places and then made into a really cute little handbag. And I just think it's adorable. So I'm going to show you how I've recreated it. And as I said, mine here has been used with Petal Promenade DSP, the beautiful frosted flowers embellishments, and then inside I've used the Itty Bitty Birthdays actually. I thought this would make a great little favour, and obviously so exciting. Weddings are exciting, or maybe you could do one for a christening for a little girl or something like that. But yeah, these are great fun to make. So I'm going to show you how to make it. So you need your DSP. Again, I'm using that beautiful Petal Promenade. And again, it needs to be 6x6. I'm sure my last project was 6x6 as well. So if you've got 6x6 paper packs, you can make lots. Well, you could make 48. So let's start then. So 6x6, again, if you've got a pattern, you're going to need to work out which way your pattern's going to go. Thankfully, I use ones that don't require pattern ways, so it just sticks with it is. So 6x6, which is 15 by 15 centimeters. On the first side, we're simply going to score at 2 and 4 inches, which is 5 and 10 centimeters. We're going to rotate clockwise and score again at 2 and 4. Simple as that. Okay. So that's that part done. Super simple. You're going to need your ruler and your scoring tool. So let's just fold and burnish. What have I done with my bone folder? There it is. Fold and burnish these score lines just for now, because it will make it a bit easier for you to see what I'm doing. So 2 and 4, which is 5 and 10 centimetres. So once we've done that, we then need to cut across here. So you can, the 4 corners, again, we're going to be cutting across. So you can either score and, oh, can't see that one. You can either score and cut or use a paper trimmer to cut. You could draw a pencil line and cut, whichever way you prefer. I'm actually going to grab my large scissors for this one, then I can just do it in one cut. So following my score line, I'm just going to cut away across that corner. So the 4 corners, we're just going to cut away. Simple. So that's that bit done. So you've got this shape now. And then what we also need to do here is score a line from the centre down to the crossings. So if I bring this up here, if you can see, there's my scoring. Okay, so we need to find the centre here and score down to where these score lines meet. And so half of this will be 3.5 centimetres or 1 3/8 of an inch. I'm going with 3.5 centimetres because I just find it easier. And then we're just going to score, like I said, from that score line up. So can you see? Let's fold that in. There we go. So that's what you need to happen, is that pretty fold. So you're making it into almost look like a box. Okay, so you need to do that on all 4 corners. So as I said, 3.5 centimetres or 1 3/8 of an inch. So we're just folding those in and likewise again here. And the last one, these are actually really quite fun and also quite simple to make. I quite like these. Okay, so that's that part done, and as you can see now it's starting to, in theory it would fold itself up into a box. Okay, but we don't want a box, we want a handbag. So the next stage then is to decide which you're having as your front and back, because we now need to score the sides. Okay, so I'm more than happy for mine to stay as it is, and I'm going to score, she says turning it, I like this. So we need to score the side squares. Okay, so we're simply going to find the halfway point. So for me it is 1 inch, which would also be 2.5 centimetres, and we're going to take that mark there and score down and across. So we're creating another triangle down and across to where those score lines join. So again, let me fold this. Okay, so when this folds up, hang on, let me get my, that's it. So these will fold like so. Okay, so you'll end up with double. So as I open this out, you will see there's the triangle that we've just scored. There are the halves. Okay, so you've got that scoring on the inside. So we're going to do exactly the same on the opposite side. So you're going to make your mark at 1 inch or 2.5 centimetres, and then you're going to go from that mark bottom right, bottom left. Okay, so you're going to score down. Okay, and then you're just going to reinforce those little score lines. So you'll now have this shape. And this is where the fun begins now, because this will all fold up, as you can see, and with a little bit of fine tuning, there is your handbag. So we need to create the top. So I've gone with Grapefruit Grove, which actually goes with this really nicely, and the Starburst Punch. And just simply have one of those. And then you need to create a very narrow piece at the top. Okay, so this measures 1/2 centimetre or 3/16 of an inch, but you obviously need to find the centre. So it's really quite hard, but I actually blagged it with my trimmer, but you kind of measure across. So I'm going to go with that being the centre, and then I want to do 1/2 centimetre either side. So it's not an exact science. You can measure it out, as I said, on your trimmer if you wish, but you can equally do it with your ruler, as I have just done, and just measure. As I say, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you're just going to fold and burnish, and then you have that pretty piece at the top there. And obviously this will now sit over the top of your bag. So we need to glue that as the front. So I'm going to get my wet glue because I want this to hold. Oops. So wet glue, and then I've got a couple of little pegs here. So I'm simply going to rest the back part of my bag, oops, it's sliding, onto there. And then I'm just going to use my pegs to hold that in place because I want to create my little circle in the bottom. So as you can see here, I've just gone with this cute little circle here, which I've completely forgotten the size of. Oh no, it's 1.5. 1.5 circle punch. Going back in with my Grapefruit Grove. You'd actually think I was organised, wouldn't you? I usually am, I promise. I'm just not really with it today for some reason. So I'm going back on with So Exciting. These cling stamps are fabulous, but sometimes they do seriously cling. Okay, and Basic Grey again, just because I think it stands out quite nicely and it's not quite as bold as black, which is just going to go on the centre there. And it's not very straight either, but hey ho. It's going to go with some snail, the bottom of there. Okay. And then for my closure, if you recall my swaps, I had some fabulous Velcro dots that I got from eBay, and they are a superb size. So let me just close this one up. And the good thing about this as well is because you've got these sides here, you can actually pinch that Velcro closed. And it works, you can get in there without wrecking the project. So Velcro dots, super sticky. I'm going to pop it on the lid first. Take my pegs off because that should be okay. Pop my Tealight in. Pop my bag up. Bring it all together. Make sure it's lined up. And fold the Velcro over. Give it a little squeeze to hold it in place. Then I've got my frosted flower embellishments. And, oh, I'm torn now. I might go with this one. Let's be contraire. Oh yes, that looks very pretty. If it was central. There we go. And then you just need to make up your little handle. And your handle is, awkwardly, I'm going to have to move this. I hope my tripod doesn't slide. It shouldn't do. So I'm just going to quickly use my trimmer, which again is sadly retiring. And we need 3 inches in length. What am I doing? I'm really having a moment here, aren't I? I do apologise. 3 inches in length by 1/4 of an inch. Excuse me. So it's really, really tiny, thin strip. And then we're going to score either end at 1/4 of an inch, which is, let me have a look how much that is in centimetres. 0.7. Oh, I've already done it in my notes. It's 0.6 by 7.5 centimetres. So I've got my, in fact, let me just re-wedge this because I'd hate for my tripod to go sliding, as it does have a habit of doing. There we go. So here's my handle, and again just back in with my bone folder just to curl it slightly. And then again, I'm actually going to use my wet glue because I want this to stay. Just pop some on the end there. Put my lid on because I know that it'll go everywhere if I don't. Grab my 2 little pegs because this will now sit on the top very nicely. And there's just enough room for me to pop a peg in to hold it in place. Now, it's a new design with the pegs, but obviously if you wanted to add a little sentiment across the bottom, you could do. Let me just bring the original back in. So there's my original from Lovely Kaz, which she's also gone with Grapefruit Grove on that one. I don't know why this is sitting wonky. Oh, I do. It's the keyring inside. Let's take that out for the moment. There we go. So I have the beautiful gift swap handbag there from Kaz, and then I have my own design using the Starburst and Petal Promenade. Hope you like it. I hope it's given you some ideas, and I promise I'll be back to normal in my next video. Hope to see you all again soon. Bye.